if you want to use this exact number, n, without having to write down all that stuff there, you can actually use it. You can go to Apps, Finance, and then you see this, TVM N, number 5. Okay, that's not where I wanted to put that. Okay, so let's go to Quit Screen and do that again. Apps, Finance, number 5. Okay, so it's not working. I guess it's not working like I thought. I thought you'd be able to just copy that number, but apparently it puts a number. It goes the other way, I guess. It puts a number from the screen, whatever your answer is. Let's see if it works this way. So 10. I think that if you do that, then it puts that in. All right. So if you want, you got to go to the home screen first, then, right? Okay. So I want this whole number. Go to home screen. So quit. Clear everything off. Then you go Finance 5. Then it shows up. So times 75. There we go. So that's the exact number without typing in the long decimals. Okay? 178.835 or 0.84. Okay. So plus 900 is 1078. 90. I've got 84. But again, I think we use the exact number. So there's that number there. And that's how much was paid on the second option. So which one's better? Okay, so if you go back and ask which option should they choose, explain while you've done the calculations on both, and it looks like this second option is better. Lower overall cost, 178 versus 1099. Okay. So again, it's a bit of time. It's going to take you 10 or 15 minutes to do a question like this, right? I'm going back and forth and trying to show you everything and explain this goes there and that. So it takes us longer as a class than you would do it on your own once you kind of get into it. But that's the type of question that you have to do for this section. So let's do one more, and I'm going to explain one more thing to you. So let's see, if we could go to this one right here. Okay. So example 4. In example 4, we have debt consolidation. Okay, so that's not something that we've talked about here. You may have heard this before. If you want to consolidate some debts, that means you want to bring different debts from different cards or different situations all into one. You want to group it into one. And lots of times, if you have a situation where you can put debts from different credit cards, okay, if you want to use a line of credits or something like that to pay those off, you can get a lower interest rate a lot of times if you have that line of credit available. So in this case, this girl here, Nikki, she's paying 18.5% on $2,400 and 19% on $3,000, and she wants to use her line of credit. Okay, look at this interest rate. It's a lot less. Okay, so she wants to pay all those off with a line of credit that has a lower interest rate. So for people that have balances on their credit cards, they want to look for options where they can save some money. Okay, so this type of question says she plans to pay both the credit card balances by borrowing money from her line of credit. So how much interest will she save? Okay, so this is what I want you guys to work through. You can see we need a stretch break because everyone's starting to nod off here. But this is what you're going to do after our stretch break. Okay, you're going to find out how much money she totally owes here in credit card A with this, if she kept it on the card and paid it all off. Then you got to find out how much she's going to owe for this one if she left this on the card and paid it all off. And then you're going to find out what it would cost her if she put it all together on the line of credit. Okay? The nice part about this is you can use your TVM solver for all of it, right? Just use the calculator. If you guys know how to use your calculator, you can do it. So I'm going to actually let you guys go ahead and give this a try first, okay? I want you to use your TVM solver. See if you get the numbers they get in the textbook there. And again, you can follow along in your textbook right here. You see how they kind of give you some hints and how much, the total payment would be here. And then again, you do the payment times the number of payments and you get the total cost. Do that for each credit card and for the consolidated line of credit. So I'm going to give you a few minutes to start. Do the credit cards first. Okay? Alright, so credit card A, this is what your screen should look like on the TVM solver to get this as a payment right here. So you can double check that. If you didn't get $62.73, then double check the numbers that you put in your calculator. Okay, if you're working on credit card B here, if you need to see this again, it's 3043.26 is the present value. Interest rate of 19%. Still 60 because she wants to be debt-free in 5 years, so monthly payments. So still 60 payments, right? Everything else is the same, compounded daily. So then you go down to your payment, alpha solve, 79. Okay, so $79 times 60 is how much she's paying for that one. So you're writing all these down. Adding those two numbers up, the two totals, right? So the total interest or the total everything, and on B as well, so here we go. That plus, this should be your total for the other one. Okay, this is all the interest that she's making if you're just looking at interest there. And then you consolidate the debt, so that's the first option that they did in the textbook here. So you add up the two to get a total amount of $5,480.24, and that's at 9.6%. Okay, so you can calculate the total payment or the interest. They're comparing the interest. So this is using her line of credit. She saves $1,593.52. So again, just as you work through that with your calculator, make sure you get this as a final answer, and then that'll help you to know whether you're doing this right. So at grade 12, hey, let's not, just a note here, remember that they're just dealing with the interest only. If you're trying to figure out which one costs less, you can do the total amount of money that you're paying on the loan. So the calculator, right, if you look at this, 60 payments of $79, you multiply that, that's the total amount that you're paying. So you can use that total amount. You don't have to just find the interest and compare the interest. You can do the total amount and then compare the two totals, because the interest will be in there as well. But when it's all said and done, okay, this should be the difference. There should be this much difference, $1,593.52. Okay, so once again, you can use the 60, the number of payments times the total payment, and that's the total amount of money that you'll be paying. And you can compare that total, for each case, and that's fine too. You don't have to focus on just the interest. Questions? All right, so for this example, I'll just write out this alternative method that I'm talking about, okay? So what we just did here was I just did the total amount. We're going to figure the total amount that we'll have to pay for card B, okay? And that is going to be 60 times 79, let's say 19, okay? 60 payments of $79.19, okay? And $4,751.40. Okay, that's the total amount that she'll pay. So it's 3,000 plus. It's going to be a little bit more, right? $1,700. Over here, card A. Okay, what did we figure out for card A? It was 60 payments of, what was this number for card A? We figured that one out already. It was 62 something. 60 times 62.7. 62.73. Okay, so that is 3763.8. So that's what we're totaling there. So if we took a look at these values individually, we'd have to add them up, right? So this is what she would owe for 85.15. So for card A and card B equals $8,515.20. So that's the total that she would owe. So the interest is in there. I'm saying you don't have to figure out just what the interest is. You can take a look at the totals. And then do it separately with the consolidated debt. So on your TVM solver, it would look like this. And then, of course, the value that we're using for the consolidated is the sum of both of them, which was 5480.24. Okay, so everything else is the same, I think, compounded monthly. Oh, no, this one's compounded monthly, so that goes to 12. Okay, payment per year, okay. So let's see what that payment is. Gotta be right there. Alpha, enter. That's per year, compounded per year, does that look right? 15. Okay, so then you take a look at this right here, and you multiply that by 60, so 115, 37. That's $6,922.20. And so you kind of see right away that if it's all consolidated, you're saving a lot of money. So let's see, if you do this, minus this, you can see how much money she's actually going to be saving. And so if you take that difference, it's $1,593 even. Okay, so give or take a few cents, that's exactly the same as the book had, except we just found total cost and subtracted it. Okay? So that's the whole point here. You're doing different scenarios because they have different rates of interest maybe, or different rebates and different sort of bonuses to them. Okay? So question number 1 to 4, go ahead and work on those for your assignments. They all should be very similar to this. Use your TVM solver. And there you go. Life is easy.